Hello and welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We are in for a good best of three here today at VAL. It's going to be Boise State versus Ball State. I am Dallin Stearns. I'm joined today by Zach. We're going to be getting into this pretty soon, but I got to ask, in regards to this matchup, how are you feeling about this? Do you think this is going to be a blowout? Do you think it's going to be like pretty even?
Well, I mean, all signs so far are kind of pointing to this one being a close game. I mean, the seeding itself, Boise State's at 26, Ball State is at 23. Current form, both teams are about even. I mean, they've ended up facing each other here in what could be an elimination game for either team, and I couldn't tell you which way I expect this one to go.
Right, this one is in the lower bracket for both of us, so loser is going to be out for the rest of the tournament. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen us go against Ball State in Valorant. But I will say, I mean, our performances in previous games over the last couple of weeks, I think they've been pretty strong. I think our players are looking pretty prepared for this. They've been, just doing their daily aim training that they need to do, making sure everything's looking good. So, from what I understand, it looks like Ball State has a funny road to get to this point so far.
Yeah, they've had an interesting path, but they qualified nonetheless. And I mean, given their previous form, they certainly, obviously, I mean, they're here for a reason. Top 8 last time in VAL, and they have a few different players now, a little bit of a switch up in the roster, but they're still performing well, and they could give Boise State a bit of a run for their money, of course. One thing that does somewhat kind of is going to be a question for me is not only the maps here, but whether Boise State is able to kind of punch up here and take down Ball State.
Well, in terms of picks and bans, it looks like we're going to be going to Ascent first, Haven, and then Pearl. And from what I understand from Ascent recently is that I'm not sure, I'm not making any claims that we will or will not, but from what I understand, Skies has been picking up a little bit of the waylay over the past little bit. I don't know if we'll see it. I think for Ascent, what does Skies usually play on Ascent? Yoru? I think it's usually Yoru.
Yeah, just kind of whatever duelist they're feeling. But of course, Waylay actually not super bad on Ascent due to the elevation. Obviously, those vertical dashes are good. Last game they played, he performed, I think it was 25 kills or something, a great game. But of course, now is probably the time where least shenanigans want to be on the table. We want to cut down on the mysteries.
Oh, but you got to have a little bit of fun.
You never know, though, because at the same time, how often do these teams really play against the Waylay?
That's true. That's true. I mean, when I was in my prime, obviously a lot more players are picking up Yoru now, but back like 2 or 3 years ago when no one was playing him, I was one of the few guys that were, just solely based on the fact of being the wild card pick that people don't know how to react to very often. And now more people are playing him, and now that wild card factor is gone, so we got to move on to the next guy. And I guess in this case, it is going to be Waylay. We might see it.
Certainly be, but Waylay just in general isn't really the strongest character. But
no.
You were mentioning like shakeups and stuff like that, and I mean the Ascent comp, the meta Ascent comp, it's so much more interesting and different than it was those 2 years ago. It used to be a lot for
so structured.
KO, Sova, Jet, but now I mean there's definitely room for shenanigans. There's room for things like the Vise that we see being hovered. The Teo Astra composition from Ball State haven't locked in yet, but even hovering it shows that maybe they're considering something a little bit out of the ordinary here.
Well, on the side of Ball State, we've got Rebo on Astra. TN hovering a deadlock right now. I don't know if we'll actually see that locked in. VSC over the Tejo, Frag, and PKP on the Jet. I think Jet is pretty likely pick here for Ascent just based on what you were talking about. That verticality, always so important to have someone who can, manage those high angles, either Jet or an Omen, whatever you need.
Especially
Master,
the operator, too.
Oh, yeah. Master's going to be locking in the Vise here as well. We've seen Master play Vise on this map, and it has worked to great effect so far.
Double Sentinel.
The double Sentinel on Ascent. That's, I mean, you've got to be playing for the half at this point if you're running that.
Yeah, the only interesting thing is Boise State, it seems like they kind of have the three of Prestige, Rihanna, and Master kind of almost interchanging those picks a lot of the times. You see Master on the Omen, Rihanna on the Vise. Like certain maps like Lotus, for example, they play Rihanna on the Vise, but this time they're trading out players, and I wonder if that's, I wonder just kind of why that necessarily is, and hopefully, I mean, we'll see if they're comfortable with it.
Players all getting ready to go in here. This is a best of 3. Game 1. I don't know. I think we got a good. I mean, you were talking about comps a lot. I think what we have now is currently a pretty strong structured comp. Of course, I gotta talk about Derry West a little bit. Boise State is fueled by Derry West. They fuel the Broncos, and let me tell you, I am a big fan. Particularly, I mean, I love the milk. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I mean, I am all for that variety in terms of who you're playing against. So something like this is way more up my alley personally. We're going to be going directly into round 1. Missed a little bit of the opening here. It's going to be 2v2 here. Ball State getting ready to plant on A site.
Got the health advantage, though. Could be a little bit dangerous. They're going to have to play off each other very nicely. Dart is able to be utilized. It's going to get shot out by...
Why is that so shiny?
Wants to peek and under health. Good crossfire setup from Ball State is going to allow them to get that pistol round off what looked like early aggression out towards B main. Going to pivot towards A. They're going to pick up that first on attack. PKP 3 kills for him.
Well, those first rounds are always so important because you could see that specifically with PKB. Going to be running a Phantom and full shield in a round 2. That's going to be really tough to fight against, especially when the best piece of utility that you have on your side is a Sheriff. Not impossible per se, but I mean, you got to look at this gun differential. It's going to be huge for Boise State to even get 1 pick here.
They don't really play it super clean, though. Retrieving that Vandal or that Phantom might be a big deal. Skies tries to creep up and get a little antsy, but it's not going to work out for him now. The rest of the Ball State team are regrouping. Only a little bit of health gained off that early push is going to leave them pretty much happy, content here, taking their kill and willing to slow things down.
A lot of Boise State moving over to this B site here.
Skelosis has crept that drone, actually. Teo drone didn't quite see him here on site. He does have a chance to maybe get something done. Only 36 HP to his name, though. PKP walking out, waiting to play off the util, not really believing the setup. He thinks that there could be something waiting for him, and there is. It's Skelosis through the smoke. He's going to have a chance. Skelosis isn't going to be clear quite yet. Master gets one from the back. PKP looking, and he saves his life there. Skelosis decent off angle, but the health is just too low, and Master can't hold on any longer with that Sheriff. Rebo through mid's going to take Prestige, and Rihanna trying to toy with him is not going to work. PKP cleans them out and takes the round that they probably should be taking there.
Well, I mean, round 2 loss is not the biggest, loss in the world. You take... Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Interesting. I do want to point out they were able to take out Frag, which is a small but something to, appreciate in a way. Going to be forced to only have a Sheriff small shield going into this. Sky hoping to take a fight here at mid, it looks like.
One thing to note that is a little sketchy is 2 Guardians against so many light shields and non-shields on the side of Boise State. That's only 2 body shots for a kill. 130 with 2 shots is enough to kill light armor, and could be sketchy if things slow down, which it looks like they will. Ball State takes some early presence up mid. Astra kind of positions themselves in a nice little corner, and they're actually ducking.
Here.
The KO who's checking that. Rihanna isn't going to be able to see the Astra quite yet unless she pops her head up a little bit too far. But now they've regrouped into the op.
Gonna see a big rotation over here from Ball State over to this B site. Just waiting for something. There you go.
Uh-oh. The lurk, though, is so good. Rebo's gotten all the way up mid, and that's the op already taken down. But the rest of the team is so careful, so tentative trying to get in here. Here comes the annihilation. Skelosis can't get anything, but that's damage for him. Deadlock and Cypher both one-shot. Master now has to wait for the rest of his team for this retake here.
Blinding prep. Blinding. Retrieving Spike planted.
Able to take back the Rose before peeking again.
These positions are just so good. Rebo under, but he's cleared quickly by Master. A quick little headshot out from him makes things a bit more tolerable. 3v3 now, and they're so low health. But VSC, and what a peek from TN.
Wow.
Closes that out, and VSC's late position there on lane is making things tough.
That's the magic of Deadlock. Deadlock immediately, as soon as you get the spike planted, you just become 20 times more powerful. You throw down, you know, any sort of push from CT. You have your stuns ready on the site, so retake becomes so much more difficult.
What was Master to do there? I mean, he had to break the wall and had to face tank kind of the trip there as well. So tough, and a great post-plant setup now. They've got another chance to get up one more round with Boise State on this eco here, only Sheriffs. Looks like they might want to take a little bit of a faster approach towards A, and PKP through the smoke onto Rihanna, but Skies is investigating and he might find Fragmo, but the cam sees him, he doesn't know where Frag is. And Rebo from the top, the camera is going to spell disaster for Skies. A good attempt at something a little creative on a pistol round like this, but it won't work out for him. Prestige back onto PKP though. Is going to hold on to this A side a little longer. Oh, fight mid. But it goes Rebo's way, and he gets another chance. He's just killing everyone in mid right now. All up to Prestige here.
Ooh, BSC's going to be there. Takes out Prestige. He's going to turn this into a 4-0. Going to start a timeout. I mean, you know, now seems like an opportune time for something like this. It's a little early, but I mean, I understand considering the circumstances. I mean, just looking at what we've seen so far, though, I mean, it really just it feels like a little bit of a snowball just entirely off of that first round. They took that first round, were immediately able to full buy as much as possible for the second, and they never really got punished for that. They just kind of consistently keep winning and, you know, earning that econ.
The thing is, there's a lot of times where playing super slow, like Ball State is playing, it can be either like a big blessing or like a really big curse, right? You can wait too long, you can get picked off early, but they're playing it very well. They're allowing Rebo to get those lurks in mid, like on that third round where he was able to take down 2 from that mid position, and they've just been playing so tentative and so slow, but they're also covering everything that they need to, so Boise State's gonna have to make some adjustments.
It's these concentrated like split pushes, you know, having Rebo from the flank go up and push through mid to get those picks, all those kinds of things where, you know, everyone just like has an angle, has someone to fight against. You know, it's hard to prepare for. Looks like Skies has another operator prepared for this round. Everyone's going to be full buying as much as possible. This round is not one you want to lose.
I think that there's 2 main adjustments I would expect Boise State. I think they're either going to accelerate and try and take these early fights when they know it's only 1 or 2 since they're so split up, or they're really just going to stall it out and not let Ball State set the tempo that they want, but they're getting in already. Updraft through. PKP just about takes that. It's all up to Skelesis here. Crept through the net, but they're so cautious. They're waiting so long. Frag doesn't show anything that he doesn't need to and gets a quick trade now, leaving this in a 2v4. Ball State changed the tempo right as we're talking about those slow defaults. They do a fast push. Boise State isn't quite ready, but they do have a chance here for the retake.
Prestige able to TP through the wall. Might get a little bit of a surprise angle here. Not surprised enough, though. They had a bunch of util just ready for that.
Interesting round there for sure. Ball State, I mean, I sure wasn't expecting it. We were just talking about the slow, methodical gameplay, but there they do a fast B hit and just overwhelm the defense. And once they get on that site, I mean, the deadlock again, so difficult to play into. Boise State have got to get a handle on this soon. They're going to need to start winning some of these tough rounds to get back into this half.
I think it's that, you know, for that last round specifically, it really was just that cosmic divide, so that way you can just take sight for yourself with little to no pushback whatsoever. But I think they're going to be playing it a little bit more slow again, giving the ult economy.
Go ahead.
Armageddon going to go out.
Wow, they're already on site. I don't even think Master can do anything about that. Has to retreat. Manages to get one, though, but VSC, quick trade, but he's all alone on site for the time being. Actually going to try and stick this plant. Skies has a chance. Nice shot from him with the Blade Storm, but the door's going to go down with the wall in tow, and now has to move only sheriffs for everyone else on the team. It's a difficult retake, even up a number like this. They're gonna have to clear everything. VSC low, good flash out high from Rubiana is gonna try and maybe bait out something. Here comes the dart though, second flash. In hand might be used, but Teo's stalling now. In comes the second flash. They're going to swing off it and peek from hell. Rebo hits everyone. VSC as well. What a crossfire. Those two players just can't be dislodged.
Is Rebo and VSC, they just know how to, I mean, really, as soon as they get that plant down, they just keep accelerating off of that. I was concerned at the beginning that the double sentinel strat would not work as successfully on attack, but they're doing it exceptionally well.
Its strength should certainly be in that post plant.
Oh yeah,
once
absolutely.
They get there, I mean, it's so difficult to really do anything. I mean, there were still so many alive. They have such a good post plant kind of composition that it's very surprising they're able to get on this easily.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what's causing it either. I don't know if it's just like a numbers game of multiple people peeking the same thing, but they're making it work.
Already getting a decent amount of space B, or maybe Ball State thinks that they've made some space, but it's still 3 on. PKP's gonna dash out, and Rihanna tested and taken through the smoke. Just runs right in, and now it's just a matter of if they can dislodge the players from backside. Prestige paranoid, but they don't know that they've hit him. VSC gets it. Prestige backside trying to play into this. That's 2 for him. Hold on now. Ooh, but the wide swing. Good play. And VSC takes one more where that came from. Sky's operator again won't find any value. Master now has to play into this one. 11 HP, and Rebo grabs the final kill.
I mean, I saw a vision there. I saw multiple moments in that round where Boise State, you know, were actually hitting shots and making sure that they were getting those picks secured, but it seems like it's just a little bit too late. The consistent problem that I'm seeing is they're just letting Ball State get into sight each and every single time that they want to push into it. I don't know if it's, you know, obviously you've only got one sentinel. They can only control one site.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a matter of, you know, you cannot let them get that spike planted. As soon as they do, they have effectively won every single round.
Even with the numbers advantage, still so difficult. Skelis is finally tired of frag in that B main position, is going to take him and actually get a gun as well. Rest of the Ball State team actually forced into mid here, but it's still a 2v4 here. Oh, Skelis lets it fly here, but he's not really hitting anything.
There you go.
One enemy
And
remaining.
Rihanna, nice headshot onto the updraft.
Multiple sheriff picks. It's just going to be one lone Rebo.
And man, I mean, look how easy it was when they were able to get that early kill and take so much control. They had all of A and all of B. They knew they were mid, and they were able to kind of slow things down. It was still kind of a sketchy round. It definitely could have been if they had cleared Prestige, but now in a 1v5, Rebo doesn't have much of a chance to do anything here. He's managed to get into a decent little position, but Spike down. He's going to get a chance. Going to get 1v1s for the time being. Flash comes through, ducks around the corner, and everyone is lined up ready. Rihanna takes that early, though. Don't give him a chance at this one. He has the regen shield.
30 seconds
damage almost not even mattering, but the flank finally comes through. Skies takes the long way around, and a thrifty for Boise State.
Well, I mean, if there's one way you're going to win, thrifty is definitely one way to do it. Ball State there, I mean, they really dedicated themselves to pushing up mid, and, you know, all of Boise State's players were able to get there first and get those picks as needed. Didn't really check their angles, and just let, you know, Boise State continue to get those picks.
Frag has an op, but not only that, but kind of like you were saying, they were really committing that mid, and it seems like so much of their plan is forcing kind of fights. PKP just runs in and takes those 1v1s. And if they don't go their way, I could definitely see Boise State getting a few more rounds.
Sky
Finally gets value with that operator.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Frag the attack cipher with an operator. It's I've never seen one of those before.
He's by himself too on that B. Skies has another chance to get active here if they test him too. Waiting close, but Cosmic Divide is going to make that a little bit tougher. Seems like they know where he is. Running through, but Master's going to stop the initial push and has a chance at one more. VSC taken down. Now that's the spike, and now a 2v5.
Master just keeps on taking picks there.
Rebo from behind, though. This could be a little bit sketchy. Cosmic Divide's about to fall, and he's going to be available to the operator, though.
Oh, Sky's able to find a second this round, and now, at this point, I think you just saved the up. No, oh wait, no, Frag dropped it for Phantom.
He's got the spike.
Okay.
He thinks he has a chance B, but he's not aware of Skelesis. If he doesn't have his gun out here, he's going to definitely get caught.
Yeah, caught. There you go.
Second round, starting to string some together now. I mean, 5-7 is still on the board here.
Yeah, I mean,
on the table. Could be possible.
Every round is a possibility. You know, there's always a chance that you can turn it around. And sometimes it really is just that momentum that really just, you know, as soon as you get over that first bump, all the other bumps after it start looking a lot easier, you know. So, I mean, I do think it is very possible that we do get a 7-5. And
they've also got the economy.
And we do have a lot of economy here. Looking into another big round from both teams. A lot of buys. Sky's once again prepped with that operator with a regen shield. I think Ball State's getting a little wise to it, though. They know.
Oh, but they're
no.
still
Do they know?
it.
Do they know?
I think he might have moved, but he hasn't, and he's ready. Has to shoot the drone though and get out Annihilation.
Whoa!
Just about misses. Master tucked in the corner too is gonna dodge it, and if they go looking, they might find someone that they don't want to see. Master spraying through the smoke, but he gets returned on him. VSC takes that one. They're quick. Rihanna is already here. The whole team is here. Flash through. Doesn't
Big flash.
Not quite, but the trade is on point. Still, numbers advantage for Ball State, though. 3, and Skelesis late. The flank is in, though. Frag, I don't know if they know about him. He's up so fast, and the longer that they take in heaven, the more chance he has to kill everybody. And
oh, he gets 2, and that's Prestige stuck in the back corner. It's going to turn it to 8-2 for Ball State favor.
I mean, I almost just can't do anything but respect Ball State's just kind of vigilance there. I mean,
yeah.
They knew not only could Skies be close, but they also kind of read where he would fall back to, and then where he'd fall back to after that. They used every piece of util, making sure that nothing was going to go awry, and it led to them getting a pretty good round there, especially with that late lurk.
Well, I mean, every single round we've seen Rebo use the Cosmic Divide, it's been pretty easy for them to push into a site. So I can't fault too much on the side of Boise State there. It's just, you know, one of the...
still in play.
There you go.
No,
Rebo is going to take out Skies with the operator. That's going to be a huge pick.
Oh, no,
Master's trapped. Oh,
I might not expect this, though. PKP taking Rihanna's going to just make it maybe almost irrelevant.
Oh, no.
Especially with the door closing. Prestige.
No!
Taken down in heaven and only a 2v5.
Oh,
Master.
no.
What
This
does
is
he
so
do here?
sad. It's so sad.
It's pretty much up to Skelesis if he can get a look. Nice shot, but is he ready for more? Jump peek gets him taken low, and TN runs him down. Just Master now, and he has 2 flankers to contend with if he's ready for it.
Oh,
He was
Frag.
ready, but Frag was more ready.
Yeah. Last round of the half here. You want to buy up as much as you possibly can, but for Boise State, they don't have a lot of options. I was honestly kind of expecting Frag to pick up yet another attack operator, but I mean, you know, play it a little safe here. I mean, so what I've been seeing so far at a lot of times, and I don't think gets acknowledged enough, is VSC just absolutely destroying the positioning of Boise State with the salvos just by themselves. We have these angles set up, and with just 1 or 2 salvo positions, it just completely messes up their game. Going to be seeing yet another mid push here from Ball State. 2 pushing up.
I like this counter, though. They're instead deciding to triple fight Frag here, but Frag gets the first, and that's allowing for a neural theft. Things are open now. They know where everyone is. PKP is just going in. He's just pushing. Finally gets punished for his antics. And now down to a 3v3. They know that this A site should be relatively open, but Rihanna hasn't really sold out to the rotate yet. Still kind of here. Is he going to take a chance? Master pushes out. Getting VSC is such an important kill, and he doesn't even get traded. Now, so difficult for Ball State. It looks like Rebo's going to get active, though. Does Master possibly expect him to be pushed like this?
Oh, okay.
What a shot. But look who it is alive, though.
It's going to be Rebo.
He's been real good, and he kind of knows. I think he's piecing together the puzzle of where Master might have escaped to, but the timing's so good.
30
Master's
seconds
wrapped him once again, and I don't think Rebo could possibly turn around here. I don't think he would ever expect this.
Uh-oh.
But
Well,
does Master? Yes, sir. Peeking
oh,
with, like,
this is
chips
ridiculous.
tonight.
This is ridiculous.
These timings are just insane. Finally gives away. At least everyone knows where he is now. Master wants to push, try to get him off the spike, and
10
he does for the
seconds
time
left.
being. Time is ticking so low. Tap once again. But Master plays his life perfectly, and now he has to stick.
Nice.
The rest of the team just lives
you gotta
and makes
put
it a
safe.
3-9 double swing. We're going to take the kill, too.
You know, sometimes you just got to value the objective over
Switching
getting
sides.
kills, and that's how it goes.
Master played that round so well.
That was kind of ridiculous. That was a whole Tom and Jerry sketch of just like trying to find each other at the exact same times,
Yeah.
just like literally 5 seconds behind each other at all times. It is kind of insane to watch. Well, I mean, we saw before in the first half how much winning a pistol round can affect the rounds afterwards. So Boise State's got to make sure that they're putting their all into winning this round specifically.
But it may be an uphill battle. Double Sentinel coming through is going to make it tough, but if they start getting these rounds in a row, Ball State might start to get nervous. You know this game is so based on momentum. And Boise State haven't been out of it at any point, really.
4 ghosts from the side of Ball State here. They're going to be playing some pretty long angles.
Just one here, though.
Playing it really slow here. Got to deal with 2 Sentinels here on defense. That's going to be real tough.
Looks like they just want to run it. They made their noise. They broke the trip with the shock dart. Rest of the team is here, and Skelis, that kill on the frag is so important.
that's
the whole
so
team
huge.
is all storming out, but look who slept the net. Rebo's out and gets one and sneaks away like a little bandit. 4v4 now, and Ball State is regrouping quickly.
Starting to cover all entrances here. Ball State looking for an opening. Not a lot of util to play with in this pistol round.
Oh.
Net's going to catch.
Time's ticking finally. Ball State go. Rebo takes down Skelis, and Tien's crept the net here. I don't know if Skies expects this. He does, but Tien, better angle there. Prestige takes one back, but VSC onto Ririana, and PKP cleans it up. A clean retake for Ball State. All things considered, getting themselves up to 10 now. Uncomfortable for Boise State.
Well, I mean, I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing the same full shield Phantom this time around. If I'm Ball State here, yeah, you're starting to see the Vandals. The Outlaws is going to be really huge for this round, too.
Gotta force.
But they're going to be going against a bunch of Stingers here. I think that's probably the good move. You know, you want to be playing a lot of close angles because that's been, you know, the problem is just Ball State consistently being able to, you know.
Oh, no. Frag's read it. Look at his buy.
Oh.
He's got a
dear.
judge.
Yeah,
and
he's
gonna
hard
walk out
read.
too.
Hard read, yeah.
He's got this cage. He's
Oh,
running
and it's going to be.
out.
Oh,
He's gonna
no.
feast too.
Rebo.
Behind him to save
They
it.
don't know.
Frag's in
They
the
don't
corner.
know. They
Sorry.
don't know.
He just
Oh,
gets one.
no. Okay, okay.
Honestly, all things considered, that's good, but they've got 2 more to contend with. Ribriana's out quite quickly. Rebo gets that, but the 2 remaining players have gotten onto site. A better position to hold. Ribriana's up quick. Nice kill from Prestige onto PKP, but they can't retrieve the Vandal just yet. The rest of the team is on the way, but Ribriana is playing past it. I don't know if they're going to know. Drone out quick. Has to get shot. 2 on the stairs. Ribriana, does he have a chance? Tien's going to clean that one up.
Well, I mean, performed better than what we saw in the first half, but however, given the amount of resources they dedicated to that round, that's going to make this one hurt so much more. All you're going to be able to buy is small shields, some sheriffs, and I mean, I am kind of amazed that Frag wasn't able to get even more picks there. I don't know if it was just like a, you know, trigger discipline thing, but Rebo, I mean, really a lot of it is just like communication. Rebo just playing and kind of baiting themselves for Frag, just like, oh, you can come after me.
Yeah.
Just, you don't even know. You never know.
Really clean game from him. He's kind of been just doing what they want of him.
Frag with
How
the
did he get it?
judge.
He just
Yeah.
ran it down. Being able to get it, and Trip is going to stop Skies from getting too creative down mid. Rebo with his 19th now. Almost putting up 20 kills here. A great performance from him. He certainly has a chance, but Ribriana also maybe has a chance up mid. has to try and hit a clean one-shot. PKP's just crept forward. No one was really watching, making sure Rihanna wasn't going to die. Prestige now in a 1v4, only a Sheriff.
I thought that was deadlock midair.
Rebo, 20 kills.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tough to say this, but really, this is Ball State's half too. You know, you've got the double sentinel, so there's, I mean, it's gonna be really difficult to try and overturn this. You've got a sentinel covering each site. You've got, I mean, it really is just the double sentinel. You would think that would hinder them so much in that first half, but they just continue to excel. Well, going to be playing a little bit more split here from Boise. I don't really know what the...
I think to try and fake maybe that Prestige has crossed out into the cubby, trying to get some util, and they are going to get the Teo mine, so...
A lot of...
Did certainly work, but PKP just kind of blows it up there, kills Skelesis, but Rihanna back on the trade. Makes things a little easier, but still, both the Sentinels are still alive. Trade I think that Ball State will be happy with.
Just look at the amount of utility that Ball State has covered all over the map. That's brutal. And not even to mention, they got the Astra too. It's kind of like the half Sentinel. Wall's gonna go down. This might be the opportunity that you've been looking for. Astral Divide.
Oh, that's just going to stop things, really. I mean, they're watching these doors. If they want to go out, they just have to run straight through it here.
Yeah, they get the feeling that this is where they decide to push.
Oh, the net is
it's a massacre.
VSC has a chance at even more here. Oh, no. Rihanna hasn't even gotten the net out. Finally gets it out and slips onto site, but VSC is still here. Rihanna, no time, has to run forward. Gets the first, but the door is closing. Has to get a new gun to break it, but it has no time. The door. Ball State hit this one 13-3.
Oh, wow.
Looks like they're very prepared for this ascent here.
Well, I mean, what do you even say? Ball State proven themselves to be very, very strong competition from this first match. I mean, star players, though, I mean, it's got to be TSC, you know, consistently having the util exactly where it needs to be at the exact right times, having the teammates, you know, it's that communication with your initiators. If you're able to do that properly, you can do so much. And I think it's, you know, communication with TSC specific that allowed them to do all the things that they needed to do. I also wanted to mention Frags just consistently doing a whole lot.
Yeah. It's just so interesting. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen that composition played before, and I would, like, if you told me, like, oh yeah, that's just the meta now, that's just what they do in pro, I'd be like, okay, like I'm completely convinced they played that util so great that it just looked like they had such kind of a read on exactly what they wanted to do each round, and they were able to execute. And
I do think it just goes back to, you know, what you were talking about before this game even started. It's like these are teams that we don't usually play against very often, so it's kind of, you know, unpredictable all around. This could just be how Ball State plays the game, you know. But with that, we're going to be going to a little bit of a break as our players get ready for round 2. Which map is it? Oh, I forgot. Oh, I will tell you here. Oh, wait. Here we go. It's Haven. Okay. We will be back soon with Haven. Boise on attack for that first map here very soon. So go get a snack and be right back very soon. See ya.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great. Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app. I know this car got you through college, but check this out. In my credit, your credit score looks good. And there's a great rate on this auto loan so we can score a roomier ride. Whoa, who's driving this thing? The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance. Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great. Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app. I know this car got you through college, but check this out. In my credit, your credit score looks good. And there's a great rate on this auto loan so we can score a roomier ride. Whoa, who's driving this thing? The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Hello and welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We are ready to get into Game 2. VAL, Boise State versus Ball State. After, honestly, a Game 1 that could have gone a little bit better. I want to ask you, though, I'm still down. You're still Zach, right?
Yes.
I want to ask, what do you think that Boise State could do better here going into this Game 2?
Oh, man. Well, it just seemed a little bit, obviously, I'm not them. I'm sure they obviously know more of what's going on than I do. But I guess just from my overview perspective of where I can see everyone through the map, it almost just seemed like Boise State was maybe a little bit more scared than normal. I know they're kind of one of those teams that likes to run at you and like make you earn it a lot. If they're feeling good and they're feeling strong, they're gonna brute force you and just take those gunfights. And it almost seemed like they're maybe a little bit more tentative to kind of play their game than they normally are, which hopefully this Haven map can kind of bring back more of that confidence. I know it's a confidence pick, and they also have confidence agent picks on there like that ISO that they normally bring out.
Yeah, we love seeing Master on the ISO here going into this. But before we even get to that, we're going to be going through Doc's keys to the game in Valorant. That's going to be chat strats every single round. Don't ego peek the op. Count cards and call abilities. Call abilities like no flash.
It's
you
so
know.
true. Like it needs to be restated.
I mean, it really is so true because, like, you know, a lot of, I mean, there's like two levels of Valorant. You know,
Yeah.
there's the level 1 where, you know, you are just doing stuff on your own, but then you reach level 2 and you start communicating with your teammates about what you plan to do, and then you get to that higher level as soon, like when you prepare abilities that other people can work off and not just yourself.
Man.
Oh boy, yeah, just immediately locked in.
Ooh.
Gonna
This
be
is like-
seeing.
if this is correct, I mean, it obviously is, but it's so interesting. Normally, Skies is on the Yoru and Master is on the ISO.
I was gonna say I'm used to seeing Master on the ISO, so this is kind of
Ooh,
a
a
switch
mirror
up that I'm okay
matchup.
with. Yeah.
Yo, I like to see this mirror matchup. That's like when serious games are formed. There's no excuses now. Like the better team is gonna be the one who
Yeah.
wins. No agents though. Oh, this guy's overpowered. This guy's underpowered. It's like you gotta earn it now.
There's no better way of proving it to yourself and to the rest of your team than having an exact copy of yourself that, you know, you have to compare yourself against. But I mean, we've seen them play this comp in the past many times, and I mean, usually I enjoy a little bit of variety, but when it comes to Haven specifically, I do enjoy seeing the duelists of ISO and Yoru. They don't usually get a lot of play, so getting them both specifically on this one map is going to be really exciting, especially in a mirror matchup. Just hope we can figure out whose flashes are whose.
Yeah.
You know, you never know.
Players look locked in, man. They know this is. I mean, this could be a very difficult situation going out here early, kind of in that loser's bracket. Not getting a win would be a tragedy for both teams. So they're really playing for everything right now. Backs against the wall. It's a match point as we get into this one with Boise State bringing up the attack and making some early noise down C. It's going to be Frag there to meet him, but no initial trip might be a little bit dangerous. TN on that Yoru's out, and he gets one. Master takes him out again, but 9 HP, and they're kind of backing off now. Another 1-for-1, 3 versus 3. An interesting, they kind of got on site, then didn't really like what they saw and got off.
Yeah,
Look at the flank, though.
Yeah, oh, that flank could be huge. Repo.
Oh, it is a frenzy.
I mean, hey, I'm a frenzy enjoyer. I think more people should use the frenzy. I will say it.
Well, we'll see now if he can prove it. Oh, and he does. He even has a teleport to get over that trip.
Oh, this could
This could be really dangerous for Boise State, who've taken so much time. Ball State